I am your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I am reaching you from Yash. Yash is spelled I-A-S-I. It's in Romania until my until my son came here to study some years back. I never knew there was a city like that. It's one of the biggest cities in Romania. And my son attended one of the oldest universities in this country. My grandson was born in one of the biggest maternities in this country. Romania is a very wonderful place to live. My daughter-in-law has been twice on 2 years maternity leave with pay. And my grandchildren here have allowances paid to them monthly. Internet permeability is one of the highest in the world, one of the most beautiful countries to live in. Their educational system is of world class, and the school fees are quite affordable. That was why I could train my children here, though the dollar was lower in value compared to the naira then, but much lower than the UK and in the US. I want to talk about Professor Soludo's comments in Maryland a few days back. His Excellency Professor Soludo, Charles Soludo, was making a speech in Maryland to the Igbo community there. And he said he had been in governance for 3 years and 3 months. He is an educated man, a statistician. And if you are listening to this video, please use your brain carefully, because a lot of you don't reason. You just see something and you just launch like a crocodile. He said that 99% of the arrested kidnappers were of Igbo extraction. And he talked about the Anambra man being somebody who is known for enterprise and hard work. But that today, Yahoo, kidnapping and drugs had become the easiest way for young people to want to get rich quickly. He failed to add politics. He failed to add politics. I'm doing an unbiased analysis. And if you're an Igbo listening to me, you will know that if any person comes unjustly against the Igbos, I usually come out to defend them if it is unjust. But Soludo's statements have a lot of weight, and it is two-dimensional. Number one, I noticed from a few years back when our young boys are going home for Christmas, the unusual display of wealth. I won't say wealth, it's money. Because many of them don't have factories in the East. They don't have like Star Paper Mill, Kennedy Lichuku Motors, Koscharis, and people innocent. The way these young boys were displaying money during the last Christmas and the burials of their parents, money in our water, Even water, then they fetch water. To fetch water, no easy. I knew it was going to stimulate two things. Number one, it will stimulate hatred and jealousy for the Igbos where they do businesses. People would think that the Igbos come to their environment and carry their money away. They don't know that they rendered services and they provided skills and they traded. In fact, in my community, they didn't know I was an Urobo man because of the way I lived with my wife. And somebody was telling another person that there are people there were foolish. You know, since we're foolish, that see this Igbo man with his wife and they've come here and they are packing our money. They didn't know I was born in Ofuoma, in Ugeli. It was one of my aunties that heard them and said that he is an Urobo man with his wife. So the culture of the Igbos in those days of simplicity, dissimulation, frugality has been thrown overboard, and it's just showmanship with young people. That I'm here, I'm 66, I've labored over the years. If I can't live this kind of life, then I must have been very stupid, because God gave me a lot of opportunities. Nigeria gave me a lot of opportunities. I had exposure, I had education, I have intelligence. And so you will see people without any foundation throwing money up and down. It rang something in the mind of the Igbo young boy. And the Igbo man is very competitive, very comparative, very communal. That is to say, they come together to do things, and no Igbo man wants to be looked down on. In fact, in those days when they are doing launching in Igbo land, if you say, "Anomenyu no moral support," they will tell you moral support, Oposala Okpole. How much is moral support? Money speaks in Igbo land, and the way it was being displayed in the past few years showed the people drive dusty roads and all that to go and display wealth. What's the name of this Elon Musk car? Tesla, that one that looks like a spacecraft. And Igbo boy carried it through dusty road to his community. So having said that, the next thing is that with Yahoo and all that, we glamorize wealth without glamorizing character. I'm even amazed that an Igbo man can dare open his mouth and attack Peter Obi. I respect that man. I admire that man. I'm older than him. I admire him. That all EFCC, all the probes and all that could not find anything against him. Those are the kind of people we should be promoting, we should be celebrating. It is the same Anambra state that Chinua Achebe comes from, Olisa Agbakoba comes from. He happened to be my senior at Government College Ugeli when he came for higher school. There are men of character. Humphrey Wonso, I think, is from Anambra too. Men of character and integrity. I don't know if Alex Ekweme is from there, from Anambra State. The Anambra intellectuals were known for being upright and intelligent. And then the other thing is that most of the Nigerian movies were produced by people from the eastern part of Nigeria and maybe Anambra State predominantly. I might be wrong. And in several of these movies, the vicious way of making money was were portrayed in those movies. And they're even calling somebody ritual money. So there's an atmosphere that was created in Anambra State and in the East in general. And then the billionaire native doctor, billionaire this. That was how the social media hype portrayed this wealth that can be acquired through unorthodox means. And so it became I saw videos of young men going to the water to bath, cut me soap and all that. So the atmosphere was fertilized and matured for what Soludo was saying. And Udoga, the Ochi security agents, unveiled a lot of these atrocities that Soludo, Professor Charles Soludo, His Excellency, talked about. He's a statistician. That means that we, those of us who are friends to the Easterners and the Easterners themselves, need to speak truth to themselves. This is not the way you were in those days. Speak truth to yourself. Having said that, Soludo's conveyance of that message looked like a houseboy trying to defend his master that has been alleged to have committed an offense. He looked like an apologist for the Fulanis. I don't know what he aimed to benefit by going far to the United States to say it was a false narrative. Now, which false narrative, Professor Soludo? You said 90% of those arrested. So there could be another percentage that has not been arrested. So assuming Nigerian politicians who are corrupt that have been indicted by EFCC, if you take a percentage of those politicians, you cannot create a fallacy of hasty generalization. I mean, you don't create a fallacy of hasty generalization by trying to work with only that small statistics. You know, in research methodology, the area you cover before you arrive at your deductions matter a great deal. So, is it possible, sir, that those Fulani kidnappers, the headsmen, the bandits that kidnap people for ransom, at least a bishop was kidnapped, and he named Fulanis as being responsible for kidnapping him? It's also true that some Fulanis have stayed in Igbo land, born in Igbo land. They speak Igbo fluently. And is it possible that that statistical group they hardly get arrested, and if they get arrested, they are released without being brought to the notice of Governor Soludo? Because we've seen circumstances where Fulani bandits were arrested and they were let loose. We've even seen circumstances where people came and shot those who arrested them and killed them. What was the objective of that narrative? Does that narrative exclude the heinous crimes committed in Ehamefu over the years in Enugu State by Fulani bandits? In Enugu State, Ebonyi State, and several places, just Ogwashuku, across the river there are camps where people, Fulani headsmen, live into Ogwashuku to kidnap people. Soludo's statement can be statistically correct, factually wrong, politically and tribally insensitive. I don't know why he made that statement, whether because of second tenure. But at the same time, should not harshly just call him names, like as I've seen some young Igbo boys do on social media. That brings me to the point that will annoy you. I have always said that breaking Nigeria up will not solve our problems. There are no colonies of angels in Nigeria. And so, agitating for Duduwa State, agitating for nation, Arewa Nation, Urobo Nation, Biafra, and all that, it's not the solution to the problems of Nigeria. Imagine all the criminalities in Anambra State. Imagine the ones in Enugu State, the native doctor that escaped and was arrested. There are the ones in Abia State and all that. The fake drugs in Onitsha market. Somebody who was selling fake drugs and was barred from the market has come back to that same Onitsha market. Imagine the pride and the aggression that most of you have towards any person that has a contrary view to you. A contrary view. You will come and attack the person, fight the person. Some of us are wondering whether if you have your own country, whether people like us who are outsiders that lived among you previously can still live there and have a sense of belonging, or live in Arewa or live in Oduduwa. Most times, we leave the main issue and attack people. We are evil people in Nigeria. We are bad people. All the tribes, Igbo, Yoruba, Urobo, Isoko, Kwale, Fulani, bad human beings. We need a mental reorientation if our country is to change. It's not enough to just criticize and attack other tribes and let's tear Nigeria, let's destroy Nigeria. No. Nigeria starts by our changing. We change. The roads outside with this Airbnb I'm residing in, you will see cars, the whole of Yash, the whole of Bucharest. You will see cars packed, long lines of cars. Nobody goes there to vandalize them. Nobody goes there to steal them. I was just wondering yesterday, if cars were parked like these are beautiful new cars. Romania has so opened that all kinds of cars are here. I was just wondering that if this were to be some parts of Nigeria, they will remove the stereo sets, they will remove the brain boxes, they will loosen the tires, and steal the car itself. We need a mental reorientation. In fact, we are living in the animalistic stage. I was discussing with Dr. Raymond Orogugbe that if any Nigerian abuses me, I won't answer him. If you come here and talk nonsense, if I'm in a good mood, I won't answer you. But if I need to whip you, because now the grace, the average Nigerian has no right to talk to me. Average one. Because we are insane. We are not normal. This 2027, una no vote for Peter Obi. Una vote for juju people. Crazy people. You attack him. One young, dirty boy was attacking very dark man in one of the posts I made. You have not contributed. If we have 10,000 people like Very Dark Man, this country will change. I told you he's my last born's age mate. When I see him, sometimes I feel that I didn't do enough when I was younger. God bless you. I'm your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I will be in Padova, Italy on Friday, 11th of July. I will be doing a lecture on reviving the spirit of entrepreneurship. We can't come to Europe and just be walking and walking and walking. If I live in this country, I will live very well because I have seen the number of things I will use to produce wealth here. Just 9 to 5 every day. No, we need to be entrepreneurs in Europe. Padova, Italy. If you live around Padova, take a train, catch a flight, we'll do a meet and greet. It will be awesome. From Padova, I will be going to Zurich in Switzerland. If you live in Zurich, send a message to +234 80 21 21 92 62. Share this video, subscribe to this channel. We'll have Dr. Charles Apoki Extra. We do podcasts and we do book videos. We have properties for sale. God bless you. The number again, +234 80 21 21 92 62.